O great Muse, gift us with your presence, and we shall commit to the work of showing up. Let us handle the quantity, and you handle the quality. Help us love ourselves so we can love others. Help us grow so we can help others grow. Please alert us when we are on the wrong path by showing us interesting new directions to follow. Let us not get wrapped up in the end product, but in the process itself. Help us love the present and work out of it, not for an imaginary future, but to make art for its own sake and its own beauty. Grant us the courage to try and the confidence for having done so. Help us unite with other creators so we can encourage each other. If we are depressed, help us cling to what is beautiful in the moment, and help nudge us towards contentment, even in difficult times. We promise to offer our work to you consistently, and we will listen to where our hearts tell us to go. We dedicate our creations to you, and they do not belong to us, for we were only gifted the idea through the ether, and we are merely forging it and returning it to the universe. Allow us to realize we all deserve love, and that we are all the same divine light. We cannot be alone when we realize this. We create in honor of each other's divinity. Please accept our gifts, as they are only made possible through your grace. Today, I am thinking, it took me like 50 minutes to just figure out how to change the comment color. I changed the comment color to make it a little bit brighter, to make it a little easier to read. So hopefully that's a little easier to read now. So because today I was planning on refactoring some stuff and cleaning up just cleaning up some notes and everything. Not really refactoring anything. But yeah, and maybe this is like a decent time to get some overview on the code. Like I can kind of talk through it as I'm kind of going through it. I just deleted the second footstep sound, which I'm actually not sure if I should do that, because if there's going to be, well, I guess it depends. I'll have to look at the game and see if the other opponent ostriches make any sounds when they're walking. So I guess I'll just have to figure that out. But this is the main function of our game here, and it's from what I've learned is it's good to kind of abstract more complex things out of main to kind of keep your main clear and readable, basically. So like instead of having all of this update logic in my main loop, the only line that's in there regarding updating is the global state machine. So it's just one line saying, hey, whatever state machine I'm in, update that given the delta time. And then same right here with the render, where it's like I don't have to say render every little bit. I just say, hey, render everything that's in whatever current state machine render function. So, for example, if I'm in play state, then this line of code will be like, oh, play state, go to the render of your play state and run all of that code. So it'll run all of this. But it keeps it nice and pretty in our main here. So this push start and push finish, that is our virtual resolution. So like I didn't come up with, this is like a library someone created right here. So like it's just a way to adaptively scale the game and to also render it at like a virtual resolution, and then to handle like full screen and G-Sync and whatever you want to call all of that stuff. I think it's like, what's it called? V-Sync, not G-Sync. What is it? V-Sync, yeah. Resizable full screen. So that's where you kind of set up the screen dimensions and everything. This is my global state machine. It's got these different... This is from a different game, so I don't need that. This is where I'm telling love resize function to just use that push library that I was doing, because it gives a little more features, I guess. That's just the way CS50 game dev was teaching me. This is to toggle the mouse, so it's setting my mouse to not visible when I'm playing. But if I wanted mouse functions, I can either turn that on and then do some mouse functions, or I don't know. I just have it right now toggleable, but in the end game, it'll probably just be set to false anyway. Here's all that keyboard functions. One of which I implemented last episode. And then, yeah, so like there's 3 main functions when it comes to game dev. It's like, at least in Love 2D game engine, it's this love.load, which is all the variables and info, I guess. Love.update, which is the update for it every 60th of a second. So all of the update the game state position, and then render with love.draw. Yeah, and then I just have this to print the frames per second. Let's go to our play state here. Yeah, this is a mess. So we can start cleaning this up finally. So all of these I'm already confused. Because it's one thing I think I'm deciding is we're at a good point with our ostrich logic as the player 1, but I will want to instantiate other ostriches that we can start to put AI on. So I should probably rename this player 1 class to become ostrich. I can keep player 1 as an instantiation of that ostrich object, but I should probably change it. And then the other question is, since these aren't self dot, I guess it's not self dot ostrich atlas gets this new image. So I'm wondering what the state of importing these graphics and whatnot, or all these values, because in the CS50 game dev, the teacher Colton was talking about making like semi-global variables here. So like we don't want, since this is in the init function, well, this is in the place data init, so actually I think this is okay. But we would want to move these pictures into the ostrich class anyway, eventually. And same with all this animation stuff. I would think. Yeah. Because all of this animation stuff shouldn't necessarily be in playstate. It should be in the class. Well, yeah, because this is all animation for the ostriches. So this should all be okay. Yeah. It's like, even though this is like simple, where it's like, oh, just get rid of the comments or just move it. But it's like, there's still a lot going on. Like, there's a lot of details to make sure you're getting right. But the best way is to just one thing at a time, right? So I guess I'm just going to take all this slow scale. So does slow scale even get called over here? Slow scale was what I did for scaling the speed. Didn't I do shoot. That's what I did. I think slow scale is now obsolete because I changed it to DX. Yeah, I think I can get rid of slow scale. But all of this stuff needs to be moved into the player class. And yeah, I'll need to update these ostrich atlases when I make the new sprites, which will be soon. I can't download Photoshop on this Mac, so I'll have to adjust some files on my other computer using Photoshop, and then it'll be easier to work with them. And then I'm planning on streaming the bit where I'm making these ostriches and everything, all the sprites and everything. So that should be fun. This is like, coding is just like everything else in life, where it's like, it's really not bad to maintain if you do it as you go, but if you let it get unruly, like it's hard to clean your room when you haven't cleaned your room for so long. but it's easy to clean your room if you do it every day. So it's like, it's just about that code cleanliness habits that I need to start implementing, and just being more descriptive on my notes and stuff. Because some things aren't apparent to me what they are from the get-go, because it's like what is this line? Let's see. If self.y is equal to, so this is like the grounding logic. And then this is no longer necessary. Okay. I guess the order of this stuff kind of makes sense. I wonder if I could make a function or something that just says, well, I don't want to stop all sounds, but instead of saying like stop all these footstep sounds, like if I could do a little function that does that, instead of writing that four lines, because I do that again down here. So if I had it as a function, I can just like say like, that could be down to one line for each of those. Let me write that in the notes here. So yeah, this is all that old code for before I had the DX. I think, 'cause, I have a feeling all of this should kind of be in one block, saying like, hey, if we're grounded, then if it's speed tier 1, this, else if speed tier 2, else if 3, and kind of have it in one block like that. It's not like super necessary. It's just like this doesn't need to be all separate blocks. Like it's all like the fact that we're asking self.grounded this many times for each of the conditions or whatever is just kind of a flag to me saying like, hey, we should fix that. I don't want to implement that just now because I might have already broken something, and I'm trying to change the player class. So before I do that, I just want to get rid of the code, make sure it's still working as intended, then I can go change that. I'm kind of curious what color that is, but I also don't want to. Okay. So this is the logic I was doing to flip the ostrich sprite. So if you look right here, you know, like if it's, since I drew the ostriches facing left, all I would do is draw it's like atlas and then quad and then X and then Y position. But when I need to flip it, the parameters for the graphics.draw function in Lua goes atlas, quad, X, Y, rotation, and then I think it's X scale, and then Y scale, and then not sure what that 100 is, but something like that. So the -1 flips it on its x-axis, I think. Yeah. So that's how I was flipping it. So I'm just gonna keep that code for now, just to kind of remind me that I need to flip the sprites depending on which direction they're facing. But that's this is already looking much better. Except for all this. But yeah, that there's the quad, making the quad of it. And quad is just a way of saying quadrant of an atlas, and atlas is just something like this where it's like all the sprites. So I'm saying like, hey, there's only one picture, but ostrich 1 is this quadrant right here, and then ostrich 2 is this quadrant, and then ostrich 3 is this quadrant, you know. So like that's the whole idea with quads. So yeah, it looks like mine were 100 width by 100 height, but that'll change because we're at the smaller resolution now. So that's looking okay. And main is looking okay. I do want to change this. I think instead of the class being player 1, it should be ostrich. Is that how you spell ostrich? Why does that look wrong? That's how you spell ostrich, right? Yeah. It just looks wrong. Okay. So yeah, I gotta change it right here. So now our class is of the ostrich type, which doesn't change any of this code. Like, we don't have to update any of that because everything's referencing it by itself. But we do need to change it not only in right here, like there we go. Now it's called ostrich.lua. And this, like, classes aren't default, like, class functionality isn't included in Lua by default, but this nice fellow did this code that lets me use classes in Lua like this. Which, looking at this code, I have no idea what the heck what is going on. But my understanding is it just lets me, put all these variables inside a thing, and then I can make new instantiations of said thing and encapsulate all kinds of info. I do need to change those things to ostrich, otherwise I'll get error. But then in my in my play state right here, this is not player 1 anymore. It's ostrich. And then I can clean up play state a bit. So like that ostrich rename doesn't mess with any of this because this player 1 variable is inheriting the class of ostrich, I guess. Is that right? Or player 1 becomes an object of ostrich type. So I don't need to change all that code or anything, so that's nice. I don't think I need this anymore. Because I'm not even printing it anymore, but I don't need frame tracker either. Like I said last time. And I don't need player 2 anymore. I will want the animation timer actually though. Or, because I'm going to be doing animation not too long from now. Just doing a little housekeeping, Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this. I will keep because it's like I was working on this earlier and I got it working with sprites and everything. I can show you that after this. Once I make a commit, I can switch branches and then show you what that looks like. But it's like I already did this work, so I might as well keep what I worked on, at least as reference, because I know that was working. See, look, here we go again with the all of this stuff stopped. So I really should put that into some function. Yeah, a lot of the comments I've been leaving in here is kind of just like a because I was afraid to delete it because I had something that worked. So I kind of was like, oh, I'll just keep it so I can reference it if I need it, which is, I'm learning. So it's like both a good idea, but also like if I'm really trying to learn, I would delete it and then see if I can make it again, because that's like the true test, right? But anyway, all of this, we don't need this player 2 logic for sure. Yeah, see, I don't even know. Oh. Wow, yeah, this is cleaned up massively now. Okay. I forgot to tell it that the ostrich class was now named that. Okay. I hope I didn't break anything. It doesn't seem like anything's broken. I can get rid of that speed scale because that's not even working anymore. Or, yeah, I should have had that for a while now. So that's all cleaned up. I mean, not perfectly, but it's a lot better now. This is, add better notes is just a recurring thing I got to get better at. Like, if anything's not clear. Because there's some, I hear people talk about in programming how there's like a couple schools of thought like, hey, you should comment everything because then people know what you're doing, and then other people as it, then you can update it and use it. But then there's like a higher or like another way of thinking about it where it's like, well, if you designed the code well, it should be understandable. And in design, there's something elegant about something that doesn't need to be explained. But, since I'm so new to it, I think I err on the side of being verbose, and it helps me realize what I'm doing rather than, I don't have much experience, so I can't really make big design decisions just yet. But we changed, ostrich class, player 1 class into ostrich class. I'm going to try to do this footstep sounds in one block under here. Yeah. See, because I think this should look something more like if grounded, then do this sort of deal. I don't think this will break anything because if we're not grounded, we have the stop sound anyway. I think I just noticed a no here. So in all of these, it's like if I'm in speed tier 4, stop the previous speed tier, play the new one. But I'm not stopping speed tier. Oh yeah, this is, yeah, because I only have 4 different speeds, so I think I'm just gonna condense that because those were the same thing anyway. Let me see if that seems to work. No. Nope. Nope. Oh no. Oh no. I feel like a dummy. I mean, I don't know why that's broken, but this is one reason why I don't like getting rid of code. Because it was working. And then I did that and then everything broke. When I thought that would be streamlining it. Okay. I don't know what the difference is there. I can work on that again sometime. And I'm not exactly sure I've got it in me to do this function to silence those walking footsteps just, tonight. It's just, I don't have too much energy, but at least it's looking cleaner. We are in a really good spot to start to add the sprites and to make the sprites, which will up the production value of the game immensely once we implement that. Oh, Okay, so yeah, I'm going to do this commit real quick. And then load the old Joust I had been working on to show you the animation and whatnot. Change player class to ostrich class. And then removed old comments. Not a huge commit, but look at that, 454 deletions. Okay, so what's cool about Get is I can check out my main branch and then run that. Maybe not. I thought that's all I had to do, honestly. I'm a little worried I might need to do like a shoot. This kind of worries me. I thought it would be that easy. Okay, so I guess I can't really show you the older one just yet. I'm not sure why I can't just. I thought that was the whole point of being able to branch in Git, was to be like, you can always go back and switch it. I might need to do like a Git rebase or whatever it's called. Git reset dash hard or whatever to reset all my files. I'll have to research into that and see what that entails. But my goal, I just want to be making commits as often as possible, and this has been the strongest streak of commits I've done on a project like this. So, I think this is the sixth commit. 6th day in a row of doing a commit, so that's cool. But yeah. So I'm thinking next episode is probably going to be sprites. Working on that, and then working on the animation cycle for that. And then hopefully I can figure out how to switch get branches so I can show you the other branch with my old animation, because I think that'd be kind of cool. And I should know how to switch branches, and then I forget what it's called. I want to say it's get reset with a hash. And then dash hard or whatever. So we'll figure that out. I'll figure that out next time. All right. I'm calling it a day. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll continue to learn programming next episode. Thanks for watching.